Coffee with the Commish, coming to you from Colts Neck, New Jersey, where today I am joined by Madison Hedgecocks, member of the league since, when did you join? 2005, been a while. He is the son of Mud Dogs, nephew to Mean Machine, cousin to Drug Infested Den, cousin to myself. You're a third cousin to establish this. I don't think you're related to anybody else, right?
I don't think so. We got a lot of ties.
Yeah. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
What kind of coffee are we drinking?
This is the Starbucks Holiday Blend. It comes in like a little, it's a Keurig, one of those Keurig things.
One of the red pods?
Yeah, the red pods as opposed to the regular green Starbucks. It tastes the same. I don't really taste any difference. It's just a different color, and it's called Holiday Roast.
It's a nice choice. I'm drinking the Starbucks French Roast. So, I filmed like 4 of these episodes today, so I'm just wired on caffeine.
It's one of the 2 choices available that I saw in the Keurig.
So glad we went on opposite sides here.
Very good.
Got both in there.
Yeah.
How do you typically drink your coffee? Black, milk?
I usually put in a little half and half. Other than that, just
no sugar or anything like that?
No.
Good choice. And we are sitting here in the library room of La Casa de Mean Machine. And for those that can't see in the background, we have this lovely photo here. Camera lady can film that. And yeah, that is like late 90s or early 90s. St. Mary's Church picture when Mean Machine had a nice full head of hair there. Drug Infested Den is very young there, so
really gives a lot of character to the room.
Right, makes for a great backdrop. So appreciate you being on the program. Yeah. You know how this works. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about fantasy. Then we're going to play hit and run. Sound good to you?
Yeah, it sounds great.
All right. So personally, let's talk about you first. You've had quite an astonishing business career thus far. So I got to look at my notes here. You are a graduate of Berkeley College of Music. You majored in, I think it was music education.
That's correct. Yeah.
You have a master's in communications from William Patterson, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Across your career, you were a teacher at one point. You've since transitioned into the sports social media space.
Yep.
Most recently, you were the in-game social media coordinator for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
So, can you explain what that job entailed?
Yeah. So I worked for Major League Baseball.
Okay.
But I worked with the Royals. I lived in Kansas City for the last 7 months. As a social media coordinator, I was at every game in the press box, running the Royals' social media handles.
So were you the guy running the actual Twitter account?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, I would imagine you read the comment sections of these tweets, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
How ugly is it? Especially with a losing team like that.
Yeah, it was a rough year. People were kind of checked out by like May. So that helped a little bit, but things would get pretty ugly, especially when the Royals bullpen would.
Did you get any like Twitter fights with anybody? Did you block anybody? Flex your muscles? What that look like?
I didn't get any Twitter fights. We're not. I would personally, I would love to, but we're not allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The mute button is a great feature. It's like sort of like a soft block. They don't know that they're blocked, but you
so
can't.
It's like passive aggressive.
Sort of. You can't see what they're saying, and it helps.
Did you do the Instagram and Facebook accounts as well?
I did, yeah.
So you weren't actually taking the pictures, right?
No. So you have photographers at the home games. There's 3 photographers. They take their photos, they send them in, and then we put them out. And then for the road games, every team has a photographer who works for Major League Baseball.
Mm.
And so I would work from home for the road games, but they'd send us all the photos and everything.
So I do have to ask, you were running the official Kansas City Royals Twitter account. Did you slide into anybody's DMs?
No. We would sometimes do at our home games, we would do like giveaways and stuff like that. So
okay.
I guess technically.
So you slid into some DMs.
I guess technically yes, but not in the way that sliding into the DMs would be,
Untouchable has no idea what we're
No, we lost them a while ago.
Yes, so Very good. Let's talk business,
Yeah.
fantasy football.
Absolutely.
It is your 14th season.
It's
in the
crazy.
league. Joined in 2005. It is
I
incredible.
was in high school when we joined. I was like
2005, so
junior.
I would have been a senior in high school.
Junior.
Yeah.
Yes,
Surprised we had you earlier.
It's a long time.
We didn't like you before that.
I guess
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah, you're here now. Your career record, I have that here,
Okay.
as of this episode being filmed, is 121 wins and 94 losses. That's a 562 winning percentage, so I'd say pretty good.
Happy with that.
Some stats here. It took a few years for you to get warmed up, but did you hit it? 2012, you were the Moore League champion. 2013, my God, that year you were the Moore League champion. It was
Great
devastating.
season. Great season.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
2014, you were going for a three-peat. You fell just short. You got second place and runner-up. And then 2016, you still took home some money. You got a third place finish, a top three. So pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah. I'm happy with that. I would have liked to get that third ring. I fell just short. I think it was within 4 or 5 points, something like
Very
that.
close. Very close.
That was a rough one, but I'll take the two.
Now looking at 2018, again, this is being filmed Thanksgiving Day, so maybe it improves by the time we release this. But you're 4-7.
Yeah.
You're sitting in 11th place. You have it. Maybe you're on life support a little bit, but you're not eliminated yet, so you still have a shot. What are your thoughts on this year's team? What happened?
Whoa, it's my team is terrible. So I had a pretty bad draft, and I said that pretty much from the beginning. I felt like I had a strategy, and then I went completely opposite of that strategy when I actually made the picks. So it happens sometimes. You fly by the seat of your pants, and pick yourself into some bad players. So
just bad draft strategy, and it was downhill from there.
Yeah, I think so. My running backs are pretty rough.
Have you even been drinking your coffee, or is it just sitting there getting cold?
I had a sip.
Take another sip.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So I mentioned that we would talk about 2013.
Yeah.
This came up in an episode with the First Lady of the League, also known as Mrs. Commish, also known as the camera lady for this episode, where, in a nutshell, you and I were playing. I had a sizable lead. It was Monday night, just hours away from the championship being over.
Yeah.
I was going to all concerts, a Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert in Newark, New Jersey, and by coincidence, you were going to the same concert
That's right.
as well.
That's right.
And it was improbable, but somehow you came back and won the game.
Yep.
If you want to YouTube it, just type in Navarro Bowman interception against the Falcons, the final game in Candlestick Park. It was
Under
devastating.
2 minutes left, right? Under 2 minutes
It,
left.
it was like 2 and change, yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you this: there was no way you thought you had even a shot at winning that game.
Not at all. I remember I was in the car, kind of just following along, like watching the seconds tick down throughout, my ride home after the concert, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden, my score jumped up, 9 points, and it was a little shocking, but surprising. You don't expect that to happen with a defensive player like that.
I told you this off camera, but I'll tell you this again. That was a top 5 worst moment of my life. Do you even feel a little bit bad about that highway robbery that took place?
I should.
But you don't.
I don't, no, because it was great. It was great for me, I sitting here and saying it to your face right now. I feel maybe a tiny bit of that
I mean, 5 years has passed just like
it's
that.
been a long time,
So,
So
a little bit of feel a little bit bad.
It was a thrilling few minutes.
I'll say this:
for me.
I will never go to a TSO concert again. If their song comes on the radio, I turn it off. I'm just scarred from life.
I haven't been back to a Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert
I hope
either
you never
since
go
then.
back. Had to relive that with you. Going back to current times now, in a few of these episodes we talked about implementing a last place prize, or a last place penalty I should say, where whoever comes in dead last has to do something embarrassing, or it's sort of like losing your bet, but it's agreed upon by the league before the season takes place. First off, do you support the idea? And then secondly, if you do you have any good suggestions for what the last place prize should be?
Yeah, okay. I support the idea, mostly because I feel comfortable enough to think that I will never end up in last place. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna end in the bottom tier. I definitely will do that. But last place, I feel relatively comfortable that I'm not gonna do that. So I hope I'll never have to do that. And if I do end up in last place at some point, you'll probably throw this in my face, and
So you support the idea?
I do support the idea, yes.
Okay, so more to come, I think, for 2019.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Did you want me to suggest any kind of penalty or anything like specific?
If you had something on mind right now, if not, there's no pressure. We're just gauging. Full transparency. So far, the only person that is opposed is Untouchable.
Okay,
Who is
I would understand that.
Yeah, but
So I had the quick thought. I'm a huge Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, and so there's an episode where Larry David is eating out at a restaurant, and his limo driver is out in the restaurant, and he brings him some leftovers, and then he goes back into the restaurant and takes a fork and brings the fork out to the driver. The guy at the restaurant, the owner, catches him bringing the fork out, and he, as punishment, makes him. Or wait, was that how it ended? Do you know this episode?
I have not seen
Okay,
it.
so in any event, however this works, he ends up having to wear a sign and stand out in front of the restaurant with this sign that says, "I steal forks from restaurants." And he has to stand outside and walk around and wear the sign. Yeah.
So a similar concept could be I came in dead last in the Moore League 2019, standing on the side of a highway, and somebody has to film it for an hour or something.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
That's
just an idea, but that's the first thing that came.
It's not bad. I think a lot of people would like that better than going somewhere to take the SATs. Could you imagine taking the SATs right now?
As an adult.
As an adult, with all these 15-year-old kids.
That would be torture.
That'd be pretty bad. Right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Okay, well, we'll stay tuned. We'll see what happens with those. Your team name is Madison Hedgecocks. What's the inspiration behind that?
Madison Hedgecock, the fullback for the Super Bowl winning Giants.
Huh.
Circa
2007?
2007, I think. I don't know if he was on the when they won it the second time. I don't think he lasted that long. But I know he's on the first team. And so it is just a name that came kind of, I was a bigger Giants fan than I am now. So I knew the team better, but the name has almost it feels like it's a team name. Madison could be a place.
You've won a couple of titles with it now.
Right,
so
that helps too. There's some history there.
Yeah.
So that's why it's still relevant.
So can you tell us any fun facts about dear old Madison? Anything that you know about him, or are you just stealing his name and that's it?
I am mostly just stealing his name, but I thought I did look him up actually. I Wikipedia'd him not that long ago, and I don't remember a ton about him. I know he retired a few years ago. I thought he was in some sort of insurance industry or something, but I could be wrong.
Well, I'm going to surprise you.
Is he here?
He is not here. I cannot pull that off. He was busy. So Plan B, which is a couple fun facts about our good old friend Madison. Good. So, in case you were wondering, he was born in 1991.
Okay.
He attended the University of North Carolina. He played for the St. Louis Rams and then the Giants. In his free time, Hedgecock enjoys farming and researching American history.
Huh.
He is particularly interested in the American Civil War.
I'm not interested in that, so that's interesting.
He is also a NASCAR fan. Are you a NASCAR fan?
I am not.
A lot of similarities.
We got a good chemistry here.
And he was seen in Richmond this past May at some sort of NASCAR race, I guess.
Okay.
Now here's a tie to you, though. Here's his connection.
Okay.
Madison hosts an annual summer football camp for children ages 7 through 18 at William Patterson University in New Jersey, where you got your master's.
That's okay, yeah.
So maybe one day you were just rubbing elbows with Madison Hedgecock and you had no clue.
I would have no idea because I have almost no idea what he looks like.
Well, next time you Google image him, if you ever see him in person, you can go up to him and shake his hand and thank him for
Probably
Why is it
should,
not?
right?
I think you owe him something.
Yeah,
right?
it
A
is.
letter
Yeah.
or something.
I
You're using the guy's
co-opted
name
your
for
name.
a decade.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Had a pretty good run. Yeah.
That'd be very nice of you. Play a little hit and run. There we go. First thing that comes to mind, just shoot it out there.
Got
Your favorite meal?
it. Ooh, I would say steak. Steak, potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
Filet mignon in particular.
Filet mignon.
Yeah.
How do you like it cooked?
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah.
Do you like ketchup on your steak?
No.
Did-
Absolutely.
Okay, in case you didn't see the episode with the Mountaineers, he drenches it in steak.
In ketchup?
Or I should say, he drenches it in ketchup, yes.
All right, it is.
It's weird, right?
It is weird. Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I'm okay with
Somehow
if he
we-
wants to do it.
Somehow
Yeah.
we kept this guy around in the league, I don't know. Your favorite Seinfeld episode? I know you're a big fan. Just like
Yeah,
dogs. What's your favorite
yeah.
one?
That's there's so many. The contest is a classic. What else? The boyfriend with Keith Hernandez. The 2-part episode. That's always one of my
Do you have
favorites.
a favorite Seinfeld quote? A line that just sticks out more than any others. A scene that sticks out more than any others.
I'm Keith Hernandez. I mean, that's yeah.
And you're a big Mets guy.
That's right.
It's
So
just
you
too
know,
perfect.
it's the first thing coming to my mind.
Personally,
But,
I like the reservation scene where you just can't hold the reservation.
Right.
You need to hold the reservation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take it, but you
Okay.
can't hold it. Yeah.
Great stuff. It is Thanksgiving at the time of this filming. Give me your most overrated Thanksgiving dish.
I'm gonna say overrated, even though I had them tonight. Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah. They are sweet. They are potatoes. I don't love the taste of them. And
Does orange throw you off?
a little bit. Yeah.
Does the marshmallows on it help? Or is there marshmallows on it tonight?
I think there were, because it's kind of sweet. That does help, I think, because it makes it almost taste like a dessert.
So you're more of a white potato guy?
Yeah. I'm usually more of a mashed potato guy, and the oddity of this is that I ate more of the sweet potatoes tonight than the mashed potatoes. So
Do you eat the potato skin?
if it's mixed in, then I will.
Otherwise, you're
If-
just gnawing on it?
Yeah, if it's just like a baked potato, and I'm just gonna eat what's inside. I'm gonna toss the rest.
Got it.
Yeah.
Who would play you in the movie?
Who would play me in a movie? The guy I've heard. A few people have told me that I look like the guy. I can't remember his name now. From I think
Yeah,
he's in,
that
like
guy.
Spider-Man. That
Great guy.
Yeah, that guy. Right. The guy who's in Spider-Man. And he's been in some other things.
A recent movie? Or
It's probably a few years back.
so everyone really should Google
Yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah.
from 3 to 7 years
Yeah,
ago.
sometimes.
Is it the guy you said that plays Spider-Man the main character?
I think so. I never saw the movie, so but
Alright,
a
so
few
look at
people
pictures of
told
all
me
the
that.
characters, and you will find our dear friend Madison Hedgecocks.
I can't remember his name now, but it'll probably come up in my mind like in an hour.
So in a follow-up, we'll include in the weekly notes who would play Madison Hedgecocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite chick flick?
Favorite chick flick. That's a tough question.
There's got to be one or two that come to mind. You're just a little, you want to
that's-
share it, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
okay.
that's yeah. Oh God, what? I can't even think of any chick flicks. What?
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
I think Drug Infested Den's favorite was Mean Girls, or was that a
Mean
show?
Girls. That's a movie. Yeah,
It's a
I've
movie.
seen that. Yeah.
For your more of a Notebook guy, which was The Mountaineers.
I've never seen The Notebook. I've seen Mean Girls.
I can picture you being a 50 Shades of Grey type of guy.
I've never seen that. I don't think I want to, from what I've heard about it. So I'll pass on that.
Okay. Best team name in the league. Can't pick your own.
Best team name in the league. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Legs.
Jimmy Legs. Okay.
Jimmy
Seinfeld reference.
Because it's a Seinfeld reference, but I just like to say the name Jimmy Legs. You can say Jimmy
Nice and
Legs.
easy.
It's nice and
Yeah.
you can say it kind of quickly and it rolls off the tongue very well. Jimmy Legs. So you just throw it out there. I think that's a good name.
What was the worst team name in the league?
I'm gonna go with Shake and Bake.
You don't like shake and bake, right?
I don't like shake and bake.
Why is that?
I know. I'm assuming the reference of the name is to the movie Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, yes.
Right, with shake and bake. But it's it's been a long time. That movie's been it's like that's over a 10-year-old movie now, I think.
So you don't like the team name from a movie that's 10 years old, but you're taking some guy's name that's been retired for a decade.
Because the man still lives and he still lives a life.
Will Ferrell's still alive. That movie's still alive.
That's true, but they didn't. They didn't do a sequel to Talladega Nights, and they didn't bring that back. I also don't like. I don't know why this is weird, but I don't like the placement of the apostrophe.
I think he has it before the end.
Yeah, that kind of throws me off. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the way it should be. It almost if I think about it, it doesn't. I feel like it should be like flipped, like it should be an apostrophe, but I don't know. That doesn't sound right. So.
A little bit. This is a step away from hit and run, but Mean Machine said you had the worst team name in the league.
Heard that.
Pops Fish said you had the best team name in the league. Your reaction?
It evens out, so I'm happy. I have to say I'm not a big fan of the name Mean Machine either.
Really? Wow.
It's.
I assume you know what it's from now.
Yeah, it's from the Longest Yard, right? And that's speaking of a movie that's.
So you're hating on team names from movies that are a little old. So does that mean you don't care for Mud Dogs?
That's a good.
Because that movie is celebrating their 20th anniversary.
That is an older movie.
I think Talladega Nights is more recent.
That's true. I do like that movie though. So the Water
so it depends on the movie.
I like Talladega Nights too, but there's just something about the name. Yeah. Mud Dogs. I get it. So it's a football name, so it's a team.
I fully understand.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah, you're getting dinner with 3 people in the league. Who are you inviting?
Who am I inviting? That's a good question. I am number 1 is definitely Untouchable.
Every meal, Untouchable is always there.
Untouchable is always a great time to be around and to talk with Untouchable. Number 2. Let's go Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake, so you just ripped the man for his team name, now you're inviting him. Why is that?
Because I don't really know him that well, so I'd like to get to know him, maybe learn a little bit.
Most of the league have no idea who he is. So.
I'd like to maybe learn a little bit about why why Shake and Bake, why he has the end the way it is, or the
life story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Number three, I'm gonna go with Establish This.
Establish This. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Untouchable, Shake and Bake, Establish This. Nice group there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a platform to vent. So you have the opportunity right now to rip one team in the league. Either somebody that has ripped you off in a trade, somebody you just don't like their face, somebody that rubs you the wrong way. Who is it?
Right now I'm thinking Garden State Grinder.
And
it's not anything about Andrew. Andrew.
You are right. He produces the videos. He's good.
That's true. That's true. But it's solely based on the points. Andrew is he's.
So he got some cheap wins. Is what you're saying.
He's 6 and what is he 6 and 5?
As of this recording, he is 6 and 5.
Okay, and he has.
He just won a game with like 89 points.
Yeah, he has stuff like that. That gets me a little.
Makes your skin crawl.
Yeah. So nothing against you, Andrew.
It's all personal here.
Okay, it's all personal. And
you don't care for it.
No, I don't care for you. No. No, but it's the points.
The points.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So not the guy, just the way he's winning. You still
Yeah. I'm not a fan right now.
Okay. So to close it out, you get one question for the commish. What do you ask me?
One question for the commish. Do you enjoy doing this?
That's your question?
That's my question. Yeah. I want to know, inside the mind of the commish. Do you enjoy doing this?
I am miserable sitting here just staring at you, thinking that you won that 2013 championship. To this day, it bothers me. I do enjoy this. It's fun to give the league an opportunity to get to know folks. I know everybody, obviously, but I don't know if Giants Rule knows Madison Hedgecocks. So hopefully it's a good opportunity for everybody to get a better feel for who they're playing against, and It's a lot of fun.
So one more question. When you,
I'll give it to you. You get one question, but I'll
thank
give
you,
another one.
thank you. When you see my face, after in the context of the 2013 finals, does it make you upset? When you see me, is there any sort of animosity, even for like a second, where you're like, and then anything like that?
I'm fine with your face. I'm fine with you now. We're good here. I think in the aftermath of the 2013, whenever the next time I saw you after that, I'll be honest, I really did not even want to look at you. There was a little bit of a grudge for a little bit,
I can
but
understand. Okay.
it's just part of me that I have to live with. So that's Madison Hedgecocks. That's Coffee with the Commish. Thanks for coming on the program, and have a great day.
Thanks.